In a world where emotions control people, where the slightest insult can shatter confidence and small failures trigger breakdowns, Stoicism stands as the ancient art of mental steel. The Stoics weren't born unshakable. They trained their minds to become that way. They learned to destroy weakness not through anger or arrogance, but through self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This single truth separates the powerful from the powerless. Weakness is not the absence of muscles, it's the absence of control. It's the inability to stay calm when life turns chaotic. In this video, you'll discover 8 Stoic mind hacks that will help you kill weakness at its root: fear, doubt and dependency, and build a mind so grounded that nothing external can disturb it. This isn't about escaping emotions. It's about mastering them until they serve your growth, not your downfall. Mind hack No. 1. Control what you can. Release what you can't. Every Stoic begins their transformation here. The simplest idea, yet the hardest to live by. Understanding that control is the foundation of peace. Epictetus taught, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Most people waste their life fighting what's beyond them, other people's behavior, outcomes, or luck. And in the process, they lose control over the only thing that truly matters, their mind. When you stop trying to control everything, you discover how much energy you've been throwing away on what never belonged to you. The Stoic mind hack here is discipline, to instantly separate every situation into 2 zones, the controllable and the uncontrollable. Traffic jam, uncontrollable. Your reaction to it, controllable. Someone betrays you, uncontrollable. How you rise from it, completely controllable. This simple habit rewires your focus. You stop being dragged by life and start leading it. Weak people seek to dominate others. Strong Stoics dominate themselves. Remember, peace doesn't come from changing the world. It comes from mastering your inner response to it. Mind hack No. 2, turn pain into power. Pain is the greatest teacher of the Stoics. Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, and adversity tests the brave." Weakness grows in comfort. Strength grows in discomfort. Most people run from pain. Stoics run toward it. Why? Because they understand that every hardship is an opportunity in disguise. When something hurts, instead of asking, "Why me?" the Stoic asks, "What can I learn?" Every disappointment, loss, or rejection becomes raw material for transformation. Marcus Aurelius called this principle, "The obstacle is the way." It means that your pain isn't in your path. It is your path. Each struggle refines you. Each failure hardens your resolve. Each setback trains your endurance. To turn pain into power, you must stop labeling it as an enemy. Your suffering is not proof of your weakness. It's the forge where your strength is shaped. Feel it. Learn from it. Then rise from it the moment you stop resisting pain. It stops controlling you. And that's when weakness begins to die. Mind hack No. 3. Practice voluntary discomfort in a world that worships comfort. Weakness thrives. People today panic if they lose Wi-Fi for 5 minutes, if their coffee order is late, or if someone disagrees with them online. But the Stoics knew that comfort makes the mind soft, and a soft mind cannot handle reality. Seneca, one of the richest men of his time, practiced sleeping on the floor and eating plain bread once a month. Why? To remind himself that luxury is an illusion and that peace doesn't come from possessions, but perspective. This is the 3rd Stoic mind hack, voluntary discomfort. Expose yourself to controlled hardship so that real hardship doesn't destroy you. Take cold showers. Walk when you could drive. Skip the luxury meal. Turn down the air conditioning. Spend time in silence without distraction. Every time you choose discomfort, you train your mind to stop fearing it. You stop saying, "I can't live without this," and start saying, "I can live without anything except my character." Marcus Aurelius said, "Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? When you strip away what's unnecessary, what remains is unbreakable. Weakness feeds on comfort. Strength is built through challenge. So stop hiding from difficulty, create it intentionally, and you'll never fear it again. Mind hack, no 4. Master the art of emotional detachment. The Stoics never said, don't feel. They said, don't be ruled by what you feel. There's a difference between feeling emotions and being enslaved by them. When someone insults you, mocks you, or tries to provoke you, weakness reacts instantly. Power pauses. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Emotional detachment is not about becoming cold, it's about becoming calm. It's about refusing to let external chaos decide your inner state. When you learn this, no insult can pierce you, no betrayal can unbalance you, and no chaos can shake you. Because your emotions become your allies, not your masters. Here's the hack. Whenever you're triggered, stop and say, this moment is a test. You are being tested to see whether you've mastered yourself or not. This 1 second pause between impulse and response is where Stoic strength lives. The world will always try to pull you into emotional battles, but when you detach, you rise above, because the calm man always has more power than the angry one. Mind hack. No 5. Embrace silence and solitude. Weak minds fear silence because it exposes the noise within. Most people run from being alone. They drown themselves in screens, gossip, and endless distractions because silence forces them to face who they really are. But the Stoics knew that solitude is not loneliness. It's a sanctuary. Marcus Aurelius ruled the largest empire in the world. Yet he wrote his deepest reflections alone, in the quiet of the night. He didn't seek company. He sought clarity. This is the 5th Stoic mind hack. Embrace silence. Each day, take time to be alone with your thoughts. No phone, no noise, just you and your mind. Watch what surfaces, fears, regrets, desires, and instead of running from them, understand them. Seneca wrote, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We waste it on noise, but silence refines us. It clears the fog, resets your focus, and helps you reconnect with what truly matters. The strongest warriors don't need an audience. Their peace is built in solitude. When you learn to be alone without feeling lonely, you become untouchable, because the world no longer decides your worth. Mind hack no 6. Reframe every setback as training. Weak people see problems as punishments. The Stoic sees them as practice. Every obstacle, every rejection, every failure, they're not happening to you. They're happening for you. Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This single mindset shift is one of the most powerful Stoic hacks in existence. When life hits you, instead of saying, why is this happening? Say, this is training. Lost money? Training for detachment. Someone betrayed you? Training for emotional control. You failed. Training for resilience. The Stoic understands that every challenge is an opportunity to practice a virtue. Patience, courage, humility, or wisdom. Weakness dies when you stop seeing life as unfair and start seeing it as a gym for the soul. Seneca taught, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. You can't grow if you refuse resistance. Muscles grow through tension. So does character. Every time life tests you, remember, the gods are not punishing you, they're preparing you. And if you accept that, every setback becomes another step toward inner power. Mind hack no 7. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. The Stoic never feels entitled. They expect nothing, not praise, not comfort, not fairness. And because of that, they are never disappointed. Modern life teaches the opposite. People feel owed happiness, owed attention, owed success. But as Epictetus warned, when you desire things which are not in your control, you will suffer. This is the seventh Stoic mind hack. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. When you let go of expectations, life stops hurting you. You stop resenting others for not giving you what you wanted, and you start appreciating what you already have. Gratitude is the quiet destroyer of weakness. It's easy to complain. It takes strength to be thankful, especially when life is hard. The Stoics understood that everything you have can vanish in a moment. That's why they practiced negative visualization, imagining loss not to suffer, but to remind themselves of how precious the present is. Marcus Aurelius would often say, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do, say, and think. When you expect nothing, you live lighter. When you appreciate everything, you live wiser. Freedom begins the moment entitlement ends. Mind hack. No 8. Live by principles, not by feelings. The final Stoic mind hack, and perhaps the most powerful, is to stop living based on emotion and start living based on principle. Weakness follows moods. Strength follows morals. Most people act differently depending on how they feel. Motivated one day, lost the next. Confident in comfort, broken in struggle. But the Stoic walks a steady path. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid," meaning stay consistent even when others don't understand your discipline. Your principles are your armor. They don't change when the world changes. They don't crumble when you're tired, angry, or afraid. They remind you who you are when emotions try to pull you off course. When you live by principle, your actions are no longer dictated by chaos. You rise at the same hour. You control your words. You treat others with dignity. You face life with courage. You become a force of calm in a storm of noise. Weakness fades when discipline becomes your nature, and the one who can act rightly, even when he feels wrong, becomes unbreakable. Conclusion: the birth of an unbreakable mind. The weak man waits for the world to become easier. The Stoic builds a mind that can endure anything. These 8 mind hacks are not tricks. They are transformations. They train you to master control, to welcome pain, to embrace silence, to detach from chaos, to reframe adversity, to live with gratitude, and to walk by principle. And as you practice them, something remarkable happens. Fear loses its grip. Emotion loses its control. Discomfort loses its sting. You stop reacting to life and start commanding it. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Every challenge is a chance to prove your strength. Every setback is an opportunity to rise higher. So destroy weakness, not with arrogance, but with awareness, and build your inner power, not to dominate others, but to master yourself, because once you conquer your own mind, no one and nothing can ever conquer you again. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Train your mind, master your emotions, and remember, the strongest voice in the room is the one that speaks the least and controls itself the most.